So today I'm going to show you guys how to make alpha maps in Affinity Photo or Affinity Designer, then transfer them to Substance Painter so you can use them on your 3D objects. So right here is a situation where I used the technique. I made this free oil change sign using an alpha map. And in this photo I also used the technique. On these three photos in the background, I used an alpha map to place these two leaves in that grain on those objects. And here it is where I did it again. This wall, I was trying to replicate a picture, and that picture had this wall texture, and I was able to recreate that wall texture using an alpha map. So I'm going to try to be simple with this video. I'm going to make a quick alpha map. I'm going to make a star because I don't have an alpha map for a star yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dye this black. Go back to the designer persona, and I'm going to pick the star shape. And like I said, this is just going to be very simple. You can make your alpha maps more complicated than that, and I'll show you that later. Oops. So now that I have the star, I'm going to put it in the middle. And I'm going to keep the fill black. I'm going to keep the stroke white. And I'm going to raise it, make it a little thick. Maybe change the size of it a little bit. Come over towards the middle. And boom, there's a quick star alpha map. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to export it as a JPEG. So now I'm going to show you how Affinity Photo can be used a little different than Affinity Designer to make an alpha map. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select my background flood eraser. And I'm going to select this layer. I'm just going to start getting rid of the background. This is my name and my intro, by the way. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a black and white adjustment. I'm going to make every color white that way. Boom. And then I'm going to go back to the layer, select the background, select this, and we're just going to black out the background. And boom. And we can get rid of that. Just quick. And then we're going to export this out as a JPEG. So in order to bring your alpha inside a Substance Painter, you want to click this icon down here and then go to add the resources and find where you saved your JPEG file. So I'm going to use my name for this example. And then down here you can choose current session or shelf, and shelf will save it permanently. That means every time you open up Substance Painter, it will be there. If you save it as current session, it will only, once you close Substance Painter and open up a new project, it won't be there anymore. So this is good if you just need it for like the current project you're working on. So I'm going to do a current project just as an example, and I'm going to hit import. So now I'm going to show you guys a good example of what it can be used for. So I'm gonna go to material. And let's do it with gold and silver because I love gold and silver. So let's add some gold to this mesh. This is just a simple cube mesh, by the way. And I'm not gonna like do any group layer stuff because this is just an example. And then let's add aluminum. And then let's add a black mask. Then we can add a paint layer. And sorry, I'm still getting used to the new Substance Painter. Still a stencil. Stencil. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to go back to alphas. I'm going to search my name. And I'm going to drag this into the stencil. And now I'm going to paint my name on this. And boom. And if I want to get this off the screen, I can just exit the stencil. And you can do more than this. This is just simply just putting your name on it. So another thing I can do is like once I have this logo on here, I can also change the height. So if I go back into my material, I'm going to add a height by clicking that right there. Then if I go down, I can push my name out. And this will all show up in the normal map. Or I can even push it in. So look at that. So that's another cool thing you could pull off. This is kind of how I did the wall. If you remember the wall I showed you in the beginning of this video. So you can like add scratches. Substance Painter comes with you know, scratches alphas. You can take advantage of those, but if you need like specific scratches, you can easily make alphas with those. So one last thing I want to talk about is that you can use any brush to make an alpha map too. So over here I painted my background white or black, and I went to brushes, and this is a custom brush that I downloaded. It's just a lightning brush, and I resized it, and if I just click there we go. And I can export this out as a JPEG, and I can like paint lightning onto my 3D objects in Substance Painter. So that's another cool thing I want to talk about before I end off the video. But yeah, I've seen a lot of videos on how to do this with Photoshop and Illustrator, and I wanted to let people know that you can do this with Infinity Photo and Infinity Designer too, even though people might have already known that. You can even do this with Microsoft Paint if you really wanted to. But yeah, I hope this video was quick and easy for you, so I'm going to end it off like that. See you on the next one.